Today on Firewolf Forge, we're going to make some charcoal. Remember when I said everything in the forge is hot? That hurts. Anyways, here we go. So what we're going to use is a 55-gallon drum, metal with a top. It doesn't have to have the ring. Mine came with it. I don't know if I paid extra because I had it. But we're going to need the lid, and what we're going to do is we are going to, let's see if I can get it in here. We're going to start a little fire down there, and then we're going to build it up, and then add more, and it is eventually going to come out here. And when it gets up to the top, or we need to shut it down for some reason, we lift it up and cover it, and it'll smother the fire. It is still going to be hot. This is metal. All right, so be careful. All right, so I took some of our last stuff that we made and just piled it up right down here. And we're gonna take some lighter fluid because technology. And we'll light that up. Be careful, you're inside of a tube with fire. Be careful. All right. Once that starts ashing over, getting the white on it, then we will then we'll add some more. About, I don't know, 4 to 6 inches at a time. And we're going to build it up and forward. Now, while that's starting to cook off, what we're using for our fuel today is this stuff. Some of what was on the pallet, and then this right here. I'm going to dig through this and see if I can make handles out of it. It's oak. Take a couple of those pieces for the lathe. And we had a branch come down in the last winter storm that we had, which was cold and windy. This one's supposed to be just cold, I think. But what I really want, I don't know if I can see, the neighbor's tree went down. And I want to go over there so bad and just stack it up all over here. But I haven't talked to them yet, so I can't, permissions and that kind of stuff. But yeah, down trees in your area, you get a chainsaw. Most of this was taken down. We did have a ladder, but most of it was taken down with a little Ryobi 18 volt 8-inch chainsaw. It works good for this processing stuff. Our fire is starting to get there with the white tops, so we're going to start adding some fuel to the fire. Nice, big, hot. We need the heat in order to make the carbons turn carbon. Let's see if I can. White means we need to add some more. About a third of the way done with what I had. Almost to the lip. Probably get 3 more loads in there. Okay, safety. Had some fallout. This happens, and if it's not paid attention to and dealt with in haste, this is how fires that we don't want start. Okay? Have your hose handy. Remember, everything's hot. Everything's hot. Pro tip. Get you a metal chair. That's where we're at. That's how much we have left. The big pieces are over there on that pallet. These pieces still need to get processed. 45 minutes, I think, is what it's taken so far. Almost done. And you get rid of the dead branches in your yard, right? You don't have to go to the big box store and go spend $25 on charcoal, lump charcoal. You're making it yourself. I wouldn't say that this is, you know, good enough to eat on, but I'm not looking for that. I got green stuff in there. I got painted stuff in there. I've got dead stuff, rotted stuff. I've got weeds. I got a sunflower that I dug up, all in there, and it's all turned into charcoal for me. Now, the ratio is about 4-to-1, I think. 4 pounds of green goes in to 1 pound of charcoal. I think that's right. It's going to be less with my setup because I got it good enough, and that's where I left it. I didn't try to do any more. Now, for the garden, all the stuff that is too small to use, chuck it in the compost. Your ash, you can use that in your compost also. Give it a good mix. I put the charcoal dust in there, make sure that I put some food scraps in there. The chickens go in there and mix it up for me. It's a good deal. So I have this left, which I might go through. A failed bowl. Look at that. This pile is all gone except for a couple of pieces. That still needs to get done. But it fit all in here. It's been about an hour, I guess. We're still doing good. You helping? You helping, Dad? Yeah. As this is winding down, I recommend that you get you a stick. That way you can manipulate the edge of the barrel, tip it back up, and then put the lid on it. And then I douse mine with water because I usually don't want to hang out and wait for it to dry, and I'm in the city. So, can we see it? My hose is over there. Still just trickling. I'm in the city, so when the fire department comes by, because the neighbors are like, what are you doing? And there's a whole bunch of smoke coming out of the back when I first start, or when I put some real wet stuff in there. And fire department will swing by and ask what's going on. They look at my setup and they say that I'm okay. Check your local laws. Make sure that you're not in a burn notice, you know, where you're not supposed to. But do it safe, you know. Wet it down. Make sure that you have your safety precautions. The fire extinguisher is right behind me. You have to do your stuff responsibly. Alright, it's not done, but I want to show you this. Cleared out behind where it's going to land. Alright, gonna dump it over and it's gonna land right here. This is wet. Take my handy dandy stick, which happens to have a handy dandy little notch on it. Push it up. Alright, still on fire. Over here, grab the lid. Be careful. Alright, start smoking. Cut off the oxygen. All it's doing is cooking that stuff in there. Now, one of the things, let it chill, open it up and see what you got. Take out all the pieces that aren't done and do them again. It's that easy.